two guests are a Cleveland power couple. Lee and Peggy Fisher are both passionate about their community service. And next month, they will receive the 2021 Richard W. Pogue Award for Excellence in the Community, Leadership, and Engagement. Now, this is the highest honor from the Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Foundation. Lee and Peggy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, first off, I have to know, when you found out that you were receiving this award, what was your reaction and were you surprised?
Well, I'll go first. My reaction was I was so honored, and honored because Dick Pogue is our leader in our community. And to receive this award in recognition of the work that he has done over the many decades of his life, and to receive it with Lee made it that much more special for me personally. I'm deeply honored.
It was very special, I think, primarily because we're being honored as a couple, and we were told it's the first time that a couple is being honored with this award. And I agree with Peggy. It's also a great honor because it's named after Dick Pogue, who many people consider to be Mr. Cleveland, because he's been involved in the leadership of Cleveland now for literally decades and decades. But it's also an honor because it's the Cleveland Bar Association Foundation that focuses on helping students in high school and in college get involved in the law. And for so many other reasons, it's quite an honor.
So you both have a lifelong history of giving back to the community in many different ways. How did community service become such a driving force in your lives?
You know, I think for both of us, it really comes from our parents. In my case, my parents taught us that you make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give. And so they taught us from an early age to always give back to the community. And my brothers and sisters have always done that, whether it was doing carnivals when we were little kids and making sure that the proceeds went to charity, or whether it's the time that I've spent in public service trying to give back. It's really how we were raised.
And for me, I was raised in a family of Cleveland City Council people. My father was Mike Zone, who represented the west side of Cleveland in Ward 3 at the time. And my mother succeeded him in that seat, Mary Zone. And then my brother, Matt Zone, who just recently retired from council. So we were raised in a family that social justice and community involvement were key and were important. And it was always, we were very poor growing up, but we were always taught to give back, because whatever you have, there are others that have less. And it's important to take care of your community. So that was how I was raised.
Peggy, I have to tell you personally, I love the West Side. Everything about it. I know Cleveland goes back and forth to the East Side. I now live on the East Side, and I'm like, did I make a mistake? But I love both. But the West Side is definitely the best side, I would say.
We grew up on the East Side, and I grew up on the West Side, and we've often teased our friends over the years that we met on the Detroit Superior Bridge. That's how we met.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Well, that's incredible, and we do love what you do for the community. I want to talk about your accomplishments. What are you most proud of, you would say, Lee?
Well, I have to say, other than the fact that I couldn't be more proud that today, as Dean of Cleveland Marshall College of Law, I get to train the next generation of lawyer leaders. But it's also my time in public service. And I think back to my time when I was a state senator and was proud to be the author of Ohio's hate crime law. And then, quite ironically, 6 years later, as the Attorney General of Ohio, I got to defend the constitutionality of that law before the Ohio Supreme Court. So that was probably the proudest moment of my public career.
And for me, I'm one of 9 siblings. And one of my siblings passed away in 1993 from complications of HIV. And so I dedicated my life and career helping and working in the AIDS community, LGBTQ community. And with the work that I do now at the Diversity Center, one of the proudest things that I've done is I've taken one of our incredible professional development leadership programs called Lead Diversity and I've taken this program nationally. We are licensed. We've trademarked the program. We are now in different states around the country. And I think for me, for the work at the Diversity Center, that was something that I'm extremely, extremely proud of.
Absolutely. I would agree. Both of you, those accomplishments are both incredible. We want to switch gears right now. The 16th annual Rock the Foundation is a virtual event, but it has so much to offer beyond just the live Zoom broadcast. Can you tell us more about Rock 16, Lee?
The Cleveland Bar Foundation is the branch of the Cleveland Bar Association that focuses on pro bono legal services, diversity pipeline programs like the Lewis Stokes Scholars Program and the Stephanie Tubbs Jones Legal Academy. And this is the big fundraiser of the year for those programs. So even though it's a lot of fun, it's also pretty important because all the great things that the Cleveland Bar Foundation does to give back to the community, and particularly to educate elementary school and high school students and college students about the rule of law and how law can play such an important and valuable role in our life, not to mention understanding the Constitution. It's a great event. It's a lot of fun. This year it'll be virtual as opposed to in person, but my understanding is that we're going to be providing actual dinners in boxes to everybody who actually registers for it. I've never heard that before. That makes this a highly unusual and highly effective virtual event.
It definitely represents the times that we're living in, even in 2021. But I would like to thank both of you for joining us here today. And of course, for more information, you can visit clemetrobar.org, Rock the Foundation. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys in person, at least towards the end of the year, right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for more We the People after this.